We're here with Niecy Nash and Jerry O'Connell, the stars of the new Fox sitcom Do Not Disturb. How are you two?
Doing good.
Good. Now, I'm wondering, with a new show, sort of the chemistry between the leads is important. How did you two find that? Did you naturally have a chemistry? Is it something you had to work towards?
I think Jerry and I naturally have a chemistry together, which I'm very thankful for because we were both hired for this project without meeting or reading with each other at all. So I was fearful. You know, because I already had my job, and when they were like, "We booked Jerry O'Connell," and I went, "Ew, is he funny?" And he walked in the door, and he was there for 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, "I love him."
Did we meet? We met at the read-through, right?
I never met you until we sat down to do the table read. That was our first meeting.
Crazy. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And was your first reaction similar then?
Okay. Yeah. This is no, in all honesty, I was a fan of Niecy's. I knew Niecy's work.
You did?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I've watched probably every episode that you were in of Reno. I don't think Reno was good until you showed up. My wife and I watch Niecy's reality show, Clean House. I was a very big fan of Niecy's. I had no worries about working with Niecy. How about that?
I had to IMDb you. I had to pull up your resume and find out what.
Well, you know, it's what can I say? You know, I'm like that's the kind of actor I am. I'm a chameleon. I'm the Daniel Day-Lewis of the sitcom world. You know, like you don't know. Sometimes I'm playing like a Mohican, one of the last Mohicans. Sometimes I'm playing a guy with a club foot in a wheelchair, and sometimes I'm playing like an oil guy who's like, I have abandoned my son and I am a sinner. You just never know who I am.
Who are you now? That's the question.
Now I am the general manager of the Inn on Do Not Disturb.
Boom.
Wednesdays at 9:30.
That's what I'm talking about. That's on Fox. Get into it.
Wednesdays at 9:30, right? I'm saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm just wondering, because Niecy, like with Reno, as Jerry mentioned, as sort of like a more improv-y style, like how does that adapt to this? Is there a lot of ad-libbing on the set, or is it very
Not really, because, you know, writers love their words. You better stick to the script. You know, it's very different. Reno 911 is completely unscripted. In this world, it's like, oh my God, I have to memorize all of that? Yes, you do.
Sitcoms, just because now that I'm working on a sitcom, I've done a little like studying of like the history of sitcoms. They came out of radio shows, you know, like someone like Lucille Ball had a very popular radio show, and then when this new medium of television came out, you know, someone like Lucille Ball did very well on television because not only was she a very funny actress, but she was very attractive, much like Niecy Nash. And
guess what?
What?
Flattery is not going to get me to babysit your kids. It's not. It's not, because he double dipped. He got two at once. So just forget about it. Thanks for the compliment, but it's not going to get you anywhere.
You don't have to babysit. Just like if you could just like drive them home for me sometimes. Just like
home from where?
Wherever.
Home from the club. Home from wherever, man. I never know where I'm going to be.
Your babies are at clubs?
Sometimes.
And well, that almost segues into sort of the show Do Not Disturb. It's pretty fearless when it comes to almost politically incorrect humor. You're not afraid to go after sort of, there's homosexual characters, overweight. There's a very funny joke in the pilot about not being able to tell how old black people are. Is that sort of, is that something you were going for, or that you enjoy about the show, sort of that fearlessness of the show?
I do enjoy that. I think that it's always, to me, funny when you see things on camera that people say in real life behind the closed door. You just shine a little light on it, and it's like, oh, I think that. Oh, I said that. You know.
I think it's also, you know, some great sitcoms were All in the Family, which sort of pushed stereotypes or made fun of people who did make stereotypes. You know, I mean, a lot of shows were The Jeffersons. I think the best sitcom of all time was not afraid to push push those boundaries. And I mean, I think it's actually going to get a little racier as this show goes on. To be honest, I've heard some of the storylines that we're going to be shooting, and it's going to deal with like eating disorders, and it's going to deal with male prostitution. Mm-hmm. It's going to deal with like a lot of drug use. Like, it's going to be pretty funny, you know? I mean,
I love that after that list, you said it's going to be pretty funny.
It's going to be funny. I really do. Hey, listen, sometimes this is not an 8 p.m. sitcom, you know? We should just let people know that, you know? I mean...
It gets sexy after 9:30.
Yeah, it's going to get a little... it's not going to... I mean, look, it's not cable TV. It's not going to be like pow, boom, or it's not going to be like the interweb with you guys and all your pornography. I know. Some of my friends have downloaded porn and watched it.
On your computer.
No, that was... Someone must have done that. That wasn't... I don't know why that was in my web history. No, but I watch, like, To Catch a Predator and those shows and what those guys download. Weird. This is not that bad, you know, but it's not clean.
Okay. Niecy, Jerry, thank you so much for talking to us here.
Thank you.